Okay, it's time for today's CSS battle. Let's see what we've got. Okay. We could either do this with 3 elements, or let's start by just doing it all in the background. Give that colour, and we'll do. We're going to massively cheat here. Do it. How high is this? 180, 230, so 50 pixels. Distance between those two, 180. 40, so 40 pixels. Then again for 50 pixels. Then transparent. Oh. Also make that 90, 160. That one looks too tall. Oh, no, 40. Shift it 0 from the left and move it 100 pixels down, maybe. About 90 pixels down. That can be those 2 lines. And then we will do a linear gradient at 90 degrees. We will make it white for, how fast is this? 65 pixels. Then transparent. And that will cut that down to that. Now we don't want to move it any from the left, but we do want to make it 335 wide by the looks of things. And repeat only on Y. Repeat X. No. Y. 90 degrees. Oh, should be a slash there. That'll work better. We'll actually make that into a cover up. So we'll do that. Then we'll replace this with var_c. Then we'll have another var_c. We're going to move it in 40 pixels, and we're going to make it 315 pixels wide. 45 pixels in, 40 pixels, 35. Okay, that would be that. We also want it down by 50 pixels. That gives us most of that. 265 looks good. Then all we're going to need is blue line down the middle, and I think we'll use maybe a conic gradient for that. So conic gradient, this blue for 25%, and then we'll make it transparent. And we will use an at. So that's 185, 215, so 30. But anyway, 185 and 220. I think that should have been 220, 40. Yeah, 220. Then we're going to do a 0 shift, a 40 pixel shift maybe. That looks right. And then set its width to 215 pixels. And that should get us a perfect match. It's a lot of gradients, but this works. So we'll just check whether or not that's 100%. That is indeed 100%. We're going to minify, we're going to unit replace. We're going to submit again. Okay. Now, could we have done this differently? Yes, we could. I think we can get away with 2 elements maybe. So let's go base template, change this background again to that. Set color to be that. Let's create an element. We're just going to set this to a height of 50. Background to that blue. And then we're going to bring in the margins. Now, what I'm actually going to do is just sort of that bit. There is a reason for it. So, what? 60 down, 80 down, 100 down is too much. So 92 maybe. Let's have a look at how close that is. How about just 90? 90 looks good, and then the sides 257. So from the bottom and 257 maybe, 217, 207. Now I actually want it probably 15 further across, so 192. 192 looks good. Now we're going to do box shadow. So 57 across 0. Hang on. Do I have to put pixels? Okay, no, this is actually going to be the width of that. So 150, 140, 135. That should then match that top. And then we want another box shadow. This time we only want to shift it in by about 40 pixels, and down is going to be 90 pixels maybe. 90 pixels looks good. 40 is just too much, so let's try 35. Beautiful. Then let's try 135 pixels, 90 pixels, 14, 15, no, 12, 115. How about 95? How about 100? That looks good. Then all we need is the one down at the center. So we just use another P. We'll set its height to 40, 260, so 220. And we will change this, so minus 140, and then minus another, so maybe 190. Let's have a quick check on where that is. That would be about right. Let's also shortcut that temporarily, because we really don't want. And then we do width 30, margin 0 auto. Nope. 40 auto, 90 auto. Okay, so if we just make that minus 100 instead, then we can do 0 and auto, and that should still give us. Now, could we have done this the other way round? Either way, we're going to just check that this is 100%. And minify and submit. This is quite a nicer solution. Okay, so that is definitely 100%. Let's now swap these two about. Let's change it so that is that and that. We'll give this a width of 65,335. Oh, hang on. 65 to 200 is 135. And that will keep all of those bits right. We then, instead of this one first, we do the other one first. So let's take that, and that out. Put those here. Take that and that out of here. Put them there. Then take that and that out. Put them there. And then instead of 0, this is going to be 32, 42 maybe. How about just 40? That will get us that. We can get rid of this and this. And then what we want is to do -260 maybe. Let's just do -220. See where we come out. And then let's change this 90 to a 0. Okay, 220 will bring us too high. We want about 40 down, so let's try -180. Let's try -170. That looks perfect. And we'll just quickly submit that. That's 100% match, so now let's tidy things up a little bit. I think that, nope. Okay, let's do minify, unit replace. That's not a bad score. I think I'm going to leave it there. Can't think of a... Well, we could do it as 3 elements, but I'm not sure that's going to save us any. Let's just do it as 3 elements, just because we can. Let's start with the middle element. Let's first off just change that to this. Then we will we'll do the middle first. So width, say height 220, background this, margin 42 auto. Side that was just 40. Yeah, 40 auto. Then -180. And the second P is width 165, height 50, by the looks of things. And auto, that's not quite wide enough. 71819 220 230 240 250 260 270 dead on. And then underneath that probably wants about a 50 pixel break. Try 60, no, 50, 40, beautiful. We'll just change that width to 270 minus, let's try 230, 220, 210, 200 dead, beautiful. Okay, this might actually be shorter. Let's see what we've got. Let's minify, remove all of that. Yeah, this is going to be shorter. Let's just try a unit replace. I don't think there's anything that we can unit replace in that, so let's hit submit. Okay. Is there anything that I could have done differently? I think that's as short as we're going to get for sure now. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.